Hey guys, in this short video, I'm gonna give you a quick tutorial on how to build an AI chatbot and connect it to a CRM system. A lot of you have been asking for these kind of tutorials, and also many leads we get at our agency request this kind of automation a lot, so I decided to show you how to build it step by step with no code at all. Usually, for tutorials like this, I'd use VoiceFlow to build a chatbot. But I always read your comments and I noticed that some of you have been asking for alternatives. For some, VoiceFlow seems too pricey or there are other reasons. So I did my research and I found a great tool called Chatling. Chatling is pretty much the same as VoiceFlow in terms of being an AI chatbot builder. I'd say it is very similar in functionality. It might have fewer features, but all the essential ones are there. It supports webhooks, so you can easily connect it to third-party tools. And also, with Chatling, the UI is very clean and straightforward, so in case you're just starting out, it might be even easier to learn how to use it. When it comes to pricing, it's structured a bit differently than VoiceFlow. VoiceFlow offers you a free tier, but the next plan jumps to $50 a month, right? With Chatling, the pricing breaks down a bit more. After the free package, which gives you about the same functionality as VoiceFlow, the next tier is only $15 a month. There is also a $35 per month option, so it's definitely more suitable for those who don't need to upgrade to higher tiers right away. The extra steps or tiers make it more flexible and affordable. So we're going to use Chatling for this tutorial, but of course you can do the same thing with any chatbot builder you are familiar with. As for the CRM system, we are going to use Vendasta. I keep hearing from people I know that they've started using it. Vendasta mainly targets agencies, not only for their own use, but they can also white label and resell it to their clients. What's cool about Vendasta is that it offers an all-in-one solution. So businesses using it can handle not only CRM, but also social media management, local SEO, invoicing, and much more. Plus, it's all powered by AI, so they definitely try to keep up with the current technology trends, which I really like. And for what we are doing today, Vendasta has a lot of workflow automation options, making it super easy to connect it with any chatbot building tool you're using. So let's dive in, and as always, I'll share my screen to show you everything I do step by step. Alright, so once you sign up with Chatling, let's create a chatbot. Here you can start from scratch or you have some templates to use. Let's use lead generation plus AI. Again, so how our system should look like. We are going to build an AI chatbot that will be providing customer service based on the knowledge base that you attach. So it has all the context about your business, all the frequently asked questions, etc. And whenever it doesn't have an answer, whenever it is not contained in your knowledge base, it will capture the contact details for the user, create a new listing, a new profile in CRM, notify a team member that a new contact has been created, and that team member will contact the user. So that's the whole workflow. Let's select lead generation plus AI template. Let's name it Chatling Vendasta, something like that. Create chatbot. I like how straightforward it is. You have like 4 steps: getting started, build your chatbot, add data sources to train the AI, customize the chatbot widget, embed it on your website. Cool. Let's go to build your chatbot. Here we have a template. We are going to change it a little bit to fit our dummy business needs. And by the way, for this tutorial, I decided to go with Car Villa, our car reselling shop, something like that. Let's use it as a dummy business for this chatbot. So let's quickly modify a few blocks here. I'd like to delete this image. And by the way, when it comes to the interface, it is very clean. As I said, you have blocks, you have variables, AI configuration, and settings. With blocks, you can select send message types of block, then capture response, AI, conditions, actions, some triggers, and there is already some pre-configured integrations with Zendesk and Call.com. Very clean, not too many options to get lost, you know, so we are going to use them. Then we have variables and AI configuration, basically instructions, which is our prompt for the chatbot. Whenever you want to set a tone or provide it with some specific instructions how to behave, Then we have knowledge base, and you can also adjust the temperature, making the responses more or less creative. You can select the language, you can change the AI model here. They have GPT-4o Mini, which is a great LLM to use. We usually use GPT-4o Mini now. So let's start with knowledge base, okay? I'm going to attach the knowledge base first, and then we will modify the blocks. No data sources added, add new. Here you can definitely use different options. You can add it as a website URL. You can, if you have a sitemap URL, you can enter a sitemap URL and it will crawl it. You can add the whole list of URLs. You can add a document. It could be PDF, TXT, or Microsoft Word. You can add it in a form of a plain text. Nice option is to add FAQs. I really like it. So just add specific questions and answers as examples of possible scenarios. Really great. For now, I'm going to add my knowledge base in a form of text, plain text. So I have it already prepared, just something generated by ChatGPT. By the way, you can have access to all these resources, to my knowledge base, to all the templates I use in my school community, in my resource hub. The link will be in the video description. So let's paste my knowledge base here, submit. Data source added successfully. Cool. Let's go back to Builder and let's adjust our blocks a little bit. So I want to delete this image. We are, let's call it car will, your partner in purchasing a car. Doesn't matter actually. Okay, whether you're looking to bring a new software idea to life, blah, blah, blah. Let's just ask, how can I help? Then we have the next. Again, it's text, send message. Let's explore how can we help you. Please select an option below. I don't want to use these buttons, so I'm going to delete all of them, right? Delete this whole block. Also, I'm going to delete this block, and here I'll say, let's explore how we can help you. I like this. Okay, we are Carwell, your partner in purchasing a car. Let's explore how we can help you. All right. And so this is a question, and now we need to capture the answer from the user. So I'm going to select capture response and text. Seems good. Now let's store answer in variable. Yeah, let's do it. So we are going to create a new variable called response, and whatever our user's answer to this first message will be stored in our variable called response, and then it will be passed on to the next block. Okay, let's connect it to the next block. The next block here is AI response source. Here you can select AI model or knowledge base. We want to use our knowledge base to provide the chatbot with context about our business, right? So let's select knowledge base and give it a prompt basically. So the query to send to the AI. Imagine you'd use a ChatGPT. So this is what you would type to pass to ChatGPT, okay? I'll just say, here is a user input, and then I'll use response variable, which would be this captured text from the previous block. Here's a user input, provide customer service based on your knowledge base. Then again, we can store response in a variable. I don't need that for now. Then we have not found path, and I want to use it. Let me explain why. When enabled, if the AI does not find a response, the bot will follow the answer not found path, right? So in our case, if the AI doesn't have a response based on the knowledge base we attached, it will move on to capture your details and create a CRM listing and notify a human agent. I think this logic can work. So let's delete this connection, capture text and connect it back to this block. So if it has a response, it will just continue providing customer service. It will continue communicating with the user. But if it doesn't have a response, it will go on to the next block. Okay. And in the next block, we just want to say that we don't have an answer, collect the customer information, and then we are going to pass that information to our CRM system. So let's just say, I don't have an answer. I'll forward this to my team. Please enter the details below so we can get back to you. And here we have form as an option from capture response. You can select form, right? It will be like this one. And here we could store all the customer parameters. We could create variables, and then we could pass it to our CRM system. Okay, so let's leave it for now. We need to add one more block to actually establish the connection with CRM system. So let's select webhook HTTP request. This is what we want to do. HTTP request. and we are going to set it in a moment. Our method should be post because we are sending the information. Here we need to add the URL that should be provided by our CRM system. So let's switch to Vendasta and we are going to get that URL. Here's our CRM system. So you can go to CRM contacts, and these are my test contacts from my previous tests. Whenever we pass information, it should be created here. Okay, so let's go to automations, my automations. We are going to build a workflow automation, create automation. Let's just use a blank. Even though they have a lot of templates, I suggest you research them and use some pre-configured options. We're going to build it from scratch. So add a trigger to start building this automation. So convenient. You just go to, you should find something like a webhook, like webhook received, advanced, a webhook is received. All right, let's select this one. Once you selected it, you have webhook URL that you need to copy and paste in Chatling. So we are going to call this URL, right? Payload data. So this is what we need to use in order to know what is expected, right? Expected payload. This is the structure that Vendasta will be expecting from Chatling. Which variables do we need to include? We need definitely something like names, last name, phone, and email. Okay, let's set 4 variables. Key name, first name, type, string. So string means just plain text. Last name, again string, then email, string, and phone. I'll also select string because it might be formatted differently. It might start with plus, so I like to use string for phone numbers. Payload should include a valid entity, for example, company ID, contact ID, account ID, etc. It's okay. Value, 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 value. So this is what we need to set up. So here we have our expected payload. The trigger step is done. Now we need to select the next step, which should be create a contact or something like that in CRM, right? Yeah, create a contact. Let's set it up. First name, last name, email, phone number. So we're going to use our variables. Category, what type of content do you want to add? From previous step, right? So we have our first step where we receive variables from Chatling and we use those variables for this step. Trigger, so we just created first name and we need to do the same for the rest of our variables. Again, from a previous step, trigger, and now we have last name. Then we have email, again from a previous step, trigger, email, add, and phone number. From a previous step, same flow, phone. All right, so during this step, it is going to use all those variables that we receive from Chatling to create a new contact in our CRM system. Save, and that would be already enough. That would be great, but I want to add one more step to make it a bit more advanced and notify via email a team member, okay, whenever a new contact is created. So let's find something like notify an admin under notifications. So you need to select an admin. Whenever you add a new team member in Vendasta, it will be automatically pre-populated here. Notification type generic. It's okay. In-app notification says required, so let's just type something like a new contact created. And then email notification. This is what I want to use. Email subject, new contact, and email message. Again, let's just say a new contact created. Check it out. And button text. So you'll have a button which will redirect to Vendasta, making it easier for your agents to go from that email directly to the CRM. So button text, check it. All right, button link. This is where you'd go. Save. So it should be set up here. All good. So this setup is quite simple. Now let's go to payload data. I'm going to copy this. Then we go back to this block in Chatling and go to body. Let's select JSON because this is a JSON structure. And we are going to paste that expected payload data. All we need to do is replace these values with variables that we captured during the previous step. And whenever you need to find out how to use variables, use documentation provided by the tool because it might differ from tool to tool. Let's just go to how to use variables. And they say to use variables in the request payload, you must enclose the variable's name in double curly braces within quotes. Here's an example. So you need to do it like this. Very well explained. Let's do it. Let's modify this block to collect proper variables, the one we want to use. Contact name, let's create a new one and we'll call it contact first name. So you can create as many variables as you want. Label would be first name. Then we want to add field. Let's move it up. Here it should be last name. Text. Let's create another variable here, contact last name. So I just want to keep the same structure for all the variables. All right. Then we have email, contact email. Let's use our system variable and add one more for phone number. It should be already here. Let's find contact phone number. Okay, cool. So now we have 4 variables. We are going to connect it to this block, and then if it succeeds, it goes to thank you and someone from our team will get in touch with you. If it fails, let's just put a text block and say something like, sorry, something went wrong. Cool, and connect it here. All right, now we just need to replace those values here in our body with our real variables. So double curly braces, contact first name, the same variables we just created, right? Contact first name, double curly braces. I'm going to do the same for the rest. All right, now it is set according to our documentation from Chatling. Let's test it out. Yeah, let's test it out. Click save. The whole system is ready. Make sure to enable your workflow automation in Vendasta before you test it. So I need to do it here. Turn on, allow. Okay, automation turns on. Let's do it. Let's do it. So let me go to CRM contacts first. The last one here is Ivan Ria, something like that. Preview bot. Your partner. Let's explore how we can help you. So let me ask a question that should be contained in the knowledge base, like which services do you offer? Okay, it replied according to the knowledge base. Let me ask one more question that I know is included in the knowledge base, like how do I sell my car? Or maybe can I trade in my old car? So it should loop back to this block and answer it instead of redirecting me to the form. Okay, can I trade in my old car? Okay, something went wrong. Instead of replying correctly. Okay, I know why, because we did not set up variable for this captured text, so it replied to the previous captured text variable. Let's just store answer in variable for this particular block. Let's just select response. The information contained in that variable will be updated every time we reply, and it should work. Let's test it again. Preview bot. Let's ask exactly the same questions. Which services do you provide? All right. And now let's ask, can I trade in my old car? So now the variable with our response updated, and it should reply to this question. Yes, you can trade in your old car with us, blah, blah, blah. So it works. And now let's ask something that is definitely not in the knowledge base. For example, what is the oldest car in your portfolio? So in this case, it should go to answer not found path and ask us for our details to pass it on to our CRM, right? Let's ask it. What is the oldest in your portfolio? The oldest car. Okay, I don't have an answer. I just mistyped. I'll forward this to my team. Please enter the details below so we can get back to you. First name Donald, last name Doug, email donald@gmail.com, phone number +1, whatever. Submit. All right. Thanks. Someone from our team will get in touch with you soon. So it ended here. Very well. Let's go to Vendasta, refresh this, and we have our contact for Donald Duck. Cool. So the contact is created. Let's quickly go to email and check if the notification is received. All right, so yeah, new contact is here. New contact, check it, and if you click check it, you go back to Vendasta. It works, it's great. So again, Vendasta is really cool because you can go to marketing, for example, campaigns. You can create a sequence of emails and then you can use those campaigns in your workflow automation. So you can set up a trigger, and once triggered, a sequence of different emails will be sent to your leads according to your schedule. So a lot of possibilities here. With Chatling, you can deploy it to your website in different forms. Let's actually do it. I quickly show you how to do it. So let's save it. Here we have knowledge base, then we have appearance. You can modify this chatbot window. You can change the width, which is cool. I haven't seen these kind of modifications yet. Or, overall size, you can make it smaller, bigger. You can change the image for this icon. Overall, a lot of customization here. You can change primary color, text color, chat icon color. Cool. Then we have configurations. So again, a lot of different settings, check them out. And we want to deploy it. Let's go to website widget. It can be a floating chat. It can be an inline, full screen. Let's use floating chat, copy the code below. Let's add it to our HTML. So I just go to my site HTML. Again, let's quickly refresh this car villa site. There are no chatbots here, but once I paste my script, save, and now we're going to refresh it again, and we have our chatbot here. Oh, sorry, your chatbot hasn't been published yet. Let's publish it. Let's go back to our builder, click publish. So again, you have to enable everything, make it public. And now it should work. Let's go back to the website. Again, we are Carville, your partner in purchasing a car. Cool. I know. When are you open? Our customer support is available through various channels, blah, blah, blah. Let's check our knowledge base. Probably it is not included. Yeah, so they have only phone, email, live chat. They don't have opening hours for the shop itself. Let's actually test it out. So when the shop is opened, and let's see when it redirects us to a human agent. Okay, you see, so the first one was not very specific question. It was very vague, so it advised when the customer support was available, but then I clarified that I meant the shop and it doesn't have an answer, so it redirected me to that form and someone from their team would contact me. That's it. Our chatbot is ready. It works. This time I did it a bit differently. I did not script my text. I tried to do it live, so you saw that sometimes something went wrong and I had to debug it. If you want to learn how to build these kind of solutions and sell them, we're going to take the most popular requests from our leads, from our experience, and teach you how to do it, how to build the code, how to create these integrations between different tools, how to work with variables, with JSON constructs, with webhooks. All of that will be included in our module, so I invite you to our AI fellowship. You can sign up for the waitlist using the link in the video description. Let me know if you like this video, just leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm going to publish many more videos like this one. I hope you found this useful. I'll see you again. Bye bye.